Why is criticizing Christianity acceptable in progressive circles but criticizing Islam is racist? It's not. Inherently. The problem is that the criticism can oftentimes be thinly veiled racist drivel. For example, criticizing Islamic views of homosexuality. Not racist saying, maybe if there were less extremists attacking us honest Christian Americans, people wouldn't attack them. When someone vandalizes a brown person's home in Wisconsin, who is Arab but not a Muslim, very racist, just like how I can critique the Catholic Church's handling of sexual predators amongst them and not be racist. But if I see a white guy walking down the street and assumed he was a pedo priest coming for my kids, I'd be very racist. As well as very stupid. The difference is not relying on assumptions and blanket statements. One is, I don't like this thing you're doing and here's why, while the other is, I don't like your skin color so I'm going to find fault in everything you do. It's because you're living in a Christian, or at least in a country with Christian history. I'm from Turkey, which is a secular state with a majority Muslim population. We spent last 300 years criticizing the things we do. The progressives here like me always criticize Islam and be uncomfortable when someone attacks Christianity because Christians are the minority here. Progressives value minorities and do not like the value set that traditions push up on us. That's the reason. I have always found it odd that people use the term racist for hating, discriminating against Muslims. I get that a good chunk of Muslims are brown people from the Middle East. And people hating those people are being racist against them, but Islam is a religion. And Muslim is not an ethnic term. Definitely not defending anyone's bigotry. It's just a little strange to me that the term racist is applied to people who hate others based on their religion and culture, when that religion and culture is shared by millions of others who look almost nothing like them. You might be setting the standard too high. Too many people think Muslim is a race, and from there the ignorance goes on. A lot of people think anyone brown and wearing a turban is Muslim. Once the bigots actually learn how to bigot properly, the conflation won't be a problem. A lot of us were raised Christian. Probably. Although I try to be acceptive town religions, it's harder to be to the one that I was raised in. Occasionally. It's not racist, it's criticism. Anyone who says criticizing a religion is bigoted are very wrong. Everything under the sun should be open to be criticized. It's one part wanting to express criticism of the power structure that you know, but not wanting to go so far as to criticize religion, and therefore a potential God. And another part trying to shelter a bunch of people who are currently subject to a hell of a lot of persecution from getting even more persecution as a result of the actions of their fundamentalists. It's kind of ironic, but also not ironic on paper. The question you asked is based on a falsehood. It's neither acceptable to criticize Christianity nor is it racist to criticize Islam. The truth is much more nuanced. Some critics of both groups are very valid, and some are very bigoted. Whoever led you to think things are as simple as this is manipulating you. If you want to be truth-seeking, it's worth examining the source of this untruth, and what are the motives of its purveyors. Actually, real progressive people do not criticize Christian people. They criticize the self-proclaimed Christians that are spreading hate everywhere. It depends on the views of the person criticizing it, and how they go about it. Some people just assume you are racist since a lot of racists criticize Islam. It probably has something to do with them growing up around a lot of Christians, so they feel it's okay. to criticize that. But for some reason Islam feels exotic. So they protect that one. The whole idea of protecting one religion and shitting on another kinda throws logic right in the garbage. And seems incredibly common these days for progressives. I just criticize all religions. They are all crazy as shit. Why do idiots say it is racist when Islam is not a race? As a Muslim, I don't like it when Christianity is criticized or made fun of. I usually speak up for Christianity but get frowned upon by others. Jesus Pbuh is a prophet of Islam too. I guess because most of the criticism of Christianity comes from Christians or ex-Christians themselves. I think it's a white savior thing. Even though Christianity is from the East. Some progressive people see Christian Catholicism as a white religion and Islam as a brown one. And so they think it's okay to criticize and bash the white one but not the brown one. If people actually talked to Muslims, they'd probably see that they're not as sensitive about it as a lot of people make them out to be, and you can have a reasonable debate including true criticisms. As long as you're both reasonable, respectful people. Folded hands, medium dark skin tone. I find myself wondering this weekly. I am not religious and it irks me to see people openly criticize Christianity as if it's any different from criticizing another religion. It's demonstrably a lot more dangerous to criticize Islam than Christianity. Personally, I follow no religion and don't care who believes what. But it's crazy that any criticism of a religious belief so often gets conflated with an attack on someone's culture and ethnicity. No need for that shit. Because progressives have decided that anyone whose skin is sufficiently dark is automatically an oppressed minority, regardless of whether or not this makes any kind of logical sense. And Islam happens to be a religion in which the majority, but not all, adherents happen to have sufficiently dark skin to qualify as such.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.